Yo, what's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Sorry for no face cam for this one. My SD card for my camera stopped working for some reason, so that's not great, so got to get that fixed. But I wanted to make this video. It's important, and it's news that just broke this past day, and I wanted to talk about it. It's about everyone's favorite Philly man, basketball player extraordinaire, Ben Simmons, and I kind of just wanted to take a couple minutes and talk about what I think of his comments from these sources, and let's get into it. So these are the reports from the sources. Every beat reporter who's covering the Sixers, NBA analyst, is talking about it right now, and it's that Ben Simmons from his camp is saying that he does not want to come back to Philadelphia, that he wants out, and that if they bring him back, he will not report to camp. So basically, he's putting all his cards down on the table and saying that he wants to leave and he wants to go to a California team, most likely, and that'll be that. And Ben Simmons is going to back away from the criticism, the hate, and go to the sunny hills of either Los Angeles, Sacramento, San Francisco, and just take his talents there. And you know what? Honestly, this was probably going to happen anyway, but I think the way that Ben Simmons handled it was just poor at best, and I think that that's putting it lightly. I think other people would put it in a different term, but I'm going to put it in the PG term. I think that he was not in the right to make those comments from the sources. I mean, he hasn't gone out and spoken publicly, so I cannot exactly bash him, but we can go off of what we have from the sources, and from what it seems like from his camp, you know, he just bought a multi-million-dollar mansion in LA area, has been throwing parties. You know, this is not what we expected from Ben Simmons after these playoffs this past year. What I expected from Ben Simmons was to work his butt off and really change his game, because this was a turning point in his career, and I believe that he's, from what we've seen, squandered those opportunities. And you know what? If he's going to do that for another team, then fine. Go leave. We don't really care anymore, because this is tiring. This is frustrating. It's exhausting to deal with this and just talk about this day in and day out. Ben Simmons, the Philly faithful, really, the true Philly sports fans, cared for you and they supported you. Yes, there were naysayers here and there from years past, but really, honestly, the majority of the Sixers fans supported Ben Simmons throughout his entire career in Philadelphia, up until the end when things got really ugly. It was the belief that he would turn into something better, and that he would work and, you know, put in that effort to turn into a better player and care for the city and put that, you know, hard work in to become that type of player to lead this team to a championship. And you know what? We haven't seen it, and his personality says everything to me, and I think to a lot of people in the city, that he doesn't want to be here. He doesn't want to play for our fans. He doesn't want to play for the city. That's fine. Go play somewhere else. And I hope that the Sixers get a somewhat decent deal in this trade, if they're going to make this trade happen in the next couple days or weeks. I just someone decent, some decent players at this point. I mean, I know we want Damian Lillard. I know, you know, we wanted, you know, possibly Bradley Beal, but that's not going to happen. I just think that overall, they got to get someone pretty good. We'll see what they do, but that's up in the air. Obviously, it kind of turned out that his camp, his people backing him, behind him, his family, I really believe that they just, you know, gas him up, and really, he didn't get enough criticism. He couldn't take criticism, and he obviously showed that in these playoffs, and I think that he's showing his true colors now with these sources, with this information, saying that, you know, I don't want to face adversity. I don't want to come back and give it my all. He's going to try and go somewhere else and make it work, which, you know, I guess is probably better off for him. To me, that's not a Philadelphia athlete. Philadelphia athlete who embodies that: Joel Embiid, Bryce Harper, Claude Giroux, Jason Kelsey. I mean, the list goes on and on of guys who want to work their butt off to win for the city. And that's what we as Philadelphians, Philadelphia sports fans in general, that's what we care about. That's what we want to see. We want to see a player like a Chase Utley. We want to see a player like an Allen Iverson. That's the guys we want to see. So that's what I think about this Ben Simmons fiasco. He will probably get dealt soon, if not in the next couple days, weeks, who knows. I mean, Sixers camp, he's not going to be there. He's going to be dealt. Who he's going to be dealt for, I'm not sure. I know there's been names circulating throughout the rumor mill. I've heard, if you're looking at the Kings specifically, De'Aaron Fox, Buddy Hield. If they could get De'Aaron Fox, I mean, that'd be great. Don't know if that's going to happen at this point. With the Warriors, it looks like it's, you know, Wiggins and Wiseman, who are both, good players, but I don't know how that's going to really push the Sixers over to a championship contending team, even though they were one last year and they choked. But regardless, I think that you want to build depth. So if you're going to get a deal like that, like a Wiseman and Wiggins, or a Buddy Hield and, maybe a Tyrese Halliburton, that'd be awesome too. Something like that. I mean, it brings a positive energy. It brings a new energy to this team. Hopefully a winning culture and not a disaster culture that the Sixers have had in the past couple years. I also hope that Tyrese Maxey doesn't get dealt, because his agent is Rich Paul too, and Rich Paul and his relationship with the Sixers right now isn't great. He may want to pull him out of there. I really hope that they don't deal him, because then what are you going to do with the point guard situation? If you have Maxey there, you can really build his foundation and he can really mature and get that starting point guard job, and I think that'll do wonders for him. But I really hope that they do not trade him. That would be bad, but I know a lot of teams are going to want him. So overall, those are my thoughts on Ben Simmons. Again, I don't think he comes back. I don't think anyone in their right mind thinks that he's going to come back now. It's just a matter of time until he gets dealt. So until then, we'll have a video, hopefully with a face cam, with my face in the video, up as soon as possible. Got some great content for you guys coming up. Thank you all for listening and watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Comment down below what you think of Ben Simmons, where you think he's going to go, who the Sixers are going to trade for him, how that all is going to work. Let me know down below in the comments. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're new. That'll be all from me, guys. Appreciate the support as always, and I'm out. Peace.